Hello everyone, welcome to the Dumbass Podcast. I am Winter.
I am Zach, Gold Pigman.
And I am Glitchmaster FaZe.
We're back here with the Dumbass Podcast. Just want to say in advance, sorry to hear some cars going by. Again, we're trying a different space. We're outside right now.
Yeah, in the previous episode, we were on the swing set. Well, now
We
we're
got
at a table.
We got a table, some better cords.
It's a table on my porch, just like the swing.
Exactly. But as always, before we get into today's topic, small talk.
Yeah, let's talk about some stuff. I know what I want to talk about.
Okay.
So, a lot of people who may be coming from the last episode may remember that I went into a big rant about a Garten of Banban.
Yeah.
And, Garten of Banban 2 has come out, and for those binging the episodes back-to-back in the background while they're working or something, no, it hasn't been that long. It's just, these games come out really fast.
Yeah.
So...
They're teasing the third episode already.
Yeah, so yeah, Garten of Banban is kind of like going around the internet kind of infamously because it's like the latest, it's the latest series that's
mascot horror game.
It's like the latest series that's gotten attention, but a lot of people have just been as anyone who saw the last episode will know from my rant, it's just getting a lot of unnecessary toxicity.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people are saying, it's very, very similar to, Poppy's Playtime.
Yeah, they're saying
it's clearly inspired, but just because of the second shot, I can say confidently this game definitely just needed time to expand its story, and it's pretty much already become its own thing.
Yeah, but people are still going to trash on it, and the reason why I think that is... And this is something that I'll actually be making a video on my own channel for fairly soon, is I don't think people are looking at Garten of Banban with the expectations that they should, and they're not understanding what the game is supposed to be going for.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the game has, horror elements, there's some spooky moments, it's got jump scares, but I don't think Garten of Banban is being made to be the next AAA quality horror titan.
Yeah.
Garten of Banban, in my opinion, from what I've seen Chapter 2 twice, and I've seen the first chapter plenty of times. It seems what Garten of Banban is going for is not to be a horror titan, to be held up to all these super serious and cutthroat, expectations and, rules.
Yeah.
Garten of Banban is aiming to just be a game that's weird and fun.
Yeah.
And it's definitely succeeding in those qualities.
This is a metaphor that I sort of wrote for that video that I'm going to be doing soon, and this is probably where I'll leave this topic, but in my opinion, now I happen to watch, Food Theory and Matt Pat's other channels, but I name Food Theory in particular because of Matt Pat's episode on Rainforest Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone here is not an active Matt Pat watcher, basically the gist of the video is that Matt goes over how, Rainforest Cafe, it's it looks rough around the edges from the outside. You could easily try and, judge it by the cover. But when you actually, give it a chance, it's a lot of just stupid fun, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
And I feel like Garten of Banban is the Rainforest Cafe of indie games right now.
It's a good way to put it, honestly.
Garten of Banban is just meant to be stupid fun. The people who hate it are probably just holding it to, the same expectations as they would the Resident Evil 4 remake or some bullshit that's coming.
Yeah. Nate, you said you had some stuff you wanted to talk about.
Well, this one's more kind of personal, but today was a really great day for me. Mainly because I got the time to hang out with both my friends, and they introduced me to a movie that I've been wanting to see, surprisingly.
I am Puss in Boots.
Yeah, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I knew it was going to be good, but I didn't expect it to be that good.
No,
was very good.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is actually it's like the best animated movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, and
Yeah. Its quality is very similar to, if any of you have seen Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, the animation style is very similar to Into the Spider-Verse, where at like certain points it like drops the frame rate to like it's almost like a moving comic book.
Yeah.
like the way I first saw it, it kind of confused me. It was like it's kind of like a form of cell shading where the characters are 3D animated, but it's drawn to be like in a 2D panel. You know what I mean?
Sorry about the noise, by the way, neighbors. But yeah, so obviously when it comes to like Into the Spider-Verse, that art style really worked because like Spider-Man is a comic book character, and that art style really emphasizes like comic book qualities. You know, you got like the frame rate, the like sort of halfway in between 2D and 3D. It really works for like a comic book movie. To get the idea to just translate that to Puss in Boots was definitely a wild idea.
But it definitely worked out very well.
It ended up being a gamble that really worked.
Yeah.
Because the movie was amazing.
Yeah, the movie actually did better than the sequel to Avatar, which came very, very late.
Yeah.
And while that movie also did well, it surprisingly got outbeaten by DreamWorks' New Tide.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, spoilers for anyone. I mean, the movie's been out for a while now, but spoilers, I'll just say. The ending kind of teased Shrek 5, which is insane.
Yeah.
There was, plus in the movie, there was a bunch of, like Shrek-related references, like Gingy was in there, Pinocchio was in there, Shrek was in, like, a flashback, and also, when the trailer came out for Last Wish, they used All-Star.
Yeah. So, I don't know. If you want my honest opinion, I'm not surprised that it did better than Avatar, but
I'm someone who doesn't give a shit about Avatar, so my opinion's probably not right for there, but...
Oh, and this movie shocked me in one way, like that, being very good. But I'm not saying, like, DreamWorks has made bad movies. That one was really, really good. But this movie pushed the boundaries of what DreamWorks has done compared to what they did in the past.
Yeah.
They made a bunch of off-colored puns, a bunch of dirty jokes and whatnot, but they never gotten to the point where they're literally showing blood on screen.
Yeah, that is true.
There's
There's a big controversy around that.
There's the part where after the first again spoilers, so click away now if you don't want to hear it. But after the first encounter with death, there is the part where Puss actually bleeds, and then I know all the frickin' white mom Karens.
And also it was the case that the bad guy was just death. People didn't like that either.
Yeah, so obviously people who are actually criticizing the movie are the people who have no fucking clue what this series is at all. Because like Puss in Boots is a Shrek spinoff.
Yeah.
And it's
in that universe.
It's the Shrek universe. And the Shrek universe was always like this.
Exactly.
So, like, if you went in thinking it was going to be kid-friendly, that's just down to your poor research and not the fault of, like, DreamWorks or anyone else.
Well, I mean,
exactly.
Well, DreamWorks, they are technically, like, they are meant for, like, families and whatnot, and they do have stuff for the adults. But this is probably the first time that they've actually dropped an actual swear word. Now, I know you're going to say that they did that in Shrek, but that one technically isn't a swear word because it's actually the name of an animal.
Yeah,
this
ass.
one, it just dropped an H-bomb.
Yeah, hell. Puss says, like, what the hell are you talking about?
Not to mention, this happens a couple times, but there are many times where they actually censor or blur out certain words.
Yeah, so it makes you wonder, like, what the hell is he? It's always, like, the frickin' Chihuahua dog.
Yeah.
Perrito.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is he saying? That they just decide, hey, let's put censor beeps here just to insinuate that it's horrible.
I want the fucking unrated cut of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
I got a feeling that this is going to go into... This is like DreamWorks trying to tell us that they're starting to become a little bit more for a much more mature mindset.
I mean, okay, I agree with you that Last Wish did kind of like jump back with some like a bit more adulty humor. However, like I said, when it comes to specifically the Shrek series,
It was always like that.
yeah, DreamWorks may like, you know, sometimes release things that are supposed to be family films, but like Shrek in particular, you should know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. They literally the main antagonist in the first film, Shrek. His name is Farquaad.
Yeah, it's not even like an unfortunate joke. The team purposefully, like the people who actually made the movie, purposefully designed the bad guy's name to sound like fuckwad.
Yeah. On an unrelated note, so earlier today, before we watched that, Nate got to smoke weed for the first time in a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty interesting. What was your opinion on it, Nate?
It definitely was a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite an experience.
I made a rather silly video where, like, you didn't see me in particular, but I started spouting off some nonsense about being able to fly. Then I just launched out of the chair and onto the floor.
One more thing I guess I want to talk about before we get into today's topic is a thing where mostly we wanted to tell Nate about it, but figured out we'll just tell him here.
Alright.
Because we might do a video on it. So, as the year progresses, summer will eventually be here. I don't know why I'm fucking wording it like this. Like it's a goddamn storybook. As the years progress, summer inches closer and closer.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool.
Nice
So
job.
anyway, you want to go camping?
Yeah, we're going to get some tents and camp out in the backyard, make some s'mores.
Yeah, we're gonna do the frickin' SpongeBob camping where we're just in my backyard.
Listen, man, your backyard's huge. There's some minor forest back there, technically.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. We might do a video on it. I don't know. It's not going to come super soon because it's still cold out a lot of days. It's only February. Or no, it's March now, but still.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, but like that's the plan, Nate. We're gonna get a couple tents, and then like we're gonna just camp out in my backyard.
That's
And
not too bad.
Juno will probably join us for that.
Yeah. And
He knows how to set up tents.
I guess one last thing before we jump right into the topic is, and you know, usually I don't talk about this, but like me personally, it's sort of a special occasion, so I guess I'll bring it up. What about like, you know, just a quick thanks to all the subscribers?
Oh, yeah.
Cause I know Nate's nearly hitting 100.
You're a few
I'm
off.
like 4 off.
That'll be great for you.
Yes, when that happens, I'm gonna scream. Like when I completed my schooling just a few days prior.
I think I'm like nearing 400.
Yeah, you are. Because some of my videos have just gotten dumb luck in the algorithm getting like pushed. I have gotten some videos that were like again purely off of dumb luck. They were way more successful than they probably ended up should have. But because of this, I am actually nearing 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, thanks. Like, I don't. It's so baffling to me that I really struggle to just express how thankful I am for that. And when I do hit that point, I am gonna make a video on my own channel talking about that. The last time I did one was 300, and I haven't really done another milestone video, like purely because of just how quickly these people piled in because of my like dumb luck videos.
Yeah.
It's like, I always felt like, you know, I did hit 500, but like I just did the 300 subs like a month ago.
Yeah, that's fair.
So like I don't want to crowd my channel with those videos. And it's like, again, I'm not trying to sound like a douche or anything. It's just, it just happened, and I know it's dumb.
You don't
luck.
have time to make all these specials because they keep fucking coming and happening.
I don't. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to like gloat or anything. It's just I know it was dumb luck, and I know a lot of the people that subscribe because of those videos don't actually really watch my regular content. Probably. Sometimes some of my videos get into like the 50 and 100 views range, which is better than I used to. However, I know that like of the near 1,000 that I have, not all of them watch my videos. Most of them don't.
Yeah.
So.
But anyways, did we want to go ahead and jump into the topic?
Yeah.
Sure thing. After that long little intermission there.
Just a quick cut for y'all. Anyways, our topic for today is, gentlemen, I truly believe we could kill Bigfoot. I think we could do it.
Kill him? I thought we were just trying to find him.
I want him dead. Damn it, I think we could do it.
What did he do to you?
Today, we're going to be breaking down our methods for killing and or capturing Bigfoot, how we would do it. That's what I got for y'all. Cause like, picture this. Out in the woods. No one else in sight. You can smell those feet for miles away. You gotta be alert. You gotta be on your toes, because Bigfoot could sneak around any corner. I want you guys to tell me how you would capture Bigfoot.
Oh, Jesus.
That's where I'm at, and I'll give you some time to think about it.
Okay. Well,
Think about it. I also have some methods in mind.
Is there any limitations?
No,
No limitations?
make it.
I'll at least try to make it plausible.
Yeah.
You're gonna need to. Yeah, you're gonna need to give us some limitations, because if you give us no limitations,
So, only thing aside from Bigfoot, because who knows if he exists or not. All your ways of capturing must be a thing that is physically possible. No magic Fantasyland shit here.
Yeah, so just like...
yeah, I was gonna say you have to give us some restrictions. Otherwise,
You can like
Yeah.
make some custom traps, but
Otherwise-
everything has to be able to happen.
I was gonna say you have to give us some limitations, because otherwise I'm just gonna say I'll turn on creative mode real quick.
Yeah, that would be like the end of that.
I will dox Bigfoot.
So, wait. So, but like,
I didn't know we had
So
a
you're-
YouTube account.
so you're asking both of us individually how we would catch Bigfoot.
Yes.
But the topic is we could catch Bigfoot.
Yes, and at the end, we're all going to decide what the best method will be out of the ones we discuss.
I figured if the topic was we could catch Bigfoot, it would be us on a team.
Think of it like a scavenger hunt. See who can catch him first. We're all battling against each other right now. You guys need some time to decide.
So,
Think of your strategies, perhaps.
Wait a minute. First it was killing, now it's capturing again? Wait,
If you don't want to kill him, I guess.
I mean, if that's possible, could we just, like, do, like, two different scenarios? Like, if we would have killed him, or if we
Sure.
would have captured him and put him on the black market somewhere?
Sure.
Okay, so let me start with my first strategy.
All right.
So, and this is going to be funny to you because we relatively recently had watched this movie. I would go into the middle of the woods. I would find a trace of scent of the feet.
Uh-huh.
I would figure out which way the wind is blowing and go the opposite direction, because obviously the wind would be blowing from the source of the smell. And then what I would start doing is I would set up a nice picnic in the middle of the woods. And I know, out of the blue, that I know I'm just dropping a crazy idea on it.
Uh-huh.
But, and with me, I will very clearly denounce I will announce through either like a sign or shouting it into the woods, that Bigfoot is just welcome to join me, if he wants to.
You know what? No
then-
one's ever tried the friendly tactic.
And then, who knows, maybe he'll find me, I'll show him that I'm like not here to hurt him, I'll offer him some food, and maybe maybe soon I'll have myself a big ol' Harry.
I mean, maybe.
If you, because we watched that movie.
Harry and the Hendersons, a
Yeah.
true classic of a movie.
Yeah.
So that's your quote-unquote capture scenario.
So that's like I guess, I mean, capture kill scenario. You could look at it. You could label it any way you want.
Sure.
I'm just saying this would be like
How I get.
one of my possible theoretical methods.
How does one obtain a Sasquatch?
/ give Sasquatch.
Nate, what are you thinking? You got any methods as to how you think you might take this beast down?
I do. But
Okay.
while both of these methods are similar, they both have at least a couple differences to them.
Okay.
Alright, first off, the capture scenario. First off, I would, like, quote-unquote, set camp in an area that I know that the beast lays.
Uh-huh.
And I would go away for a bit and wait. If I come back and see that the camp has been demolished, then I know exactly that he's here. So now what I do is I put down some bait, like raw meat or something like that. And I would put it there, and then once again I would go away. This time, keeping around the area where I know, from a distance where I know he can't find me, like using like a ghillie suit or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And once he sees the bait, and this is where the differences come in. I would use like a variety of different like tranquilizer darts, or maybe even like a net gun or something like that. If those
Yeah.
even exist.
Probably have to use both of those. I'd imagine
Now-
he'd be a very strong
now-
man.
And now getting him in is going to be a tough one because he's really heavy, ain't he?
I would imagine so.
Because he's bigger than a human, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
You're talking Bigfoot. Here, Nate, you keep going. I'm gonna give you like the average.
So,
I'm gonna look up the average weight of a silverback gorilla.
Yeah, so getting him in like a truck or something alone would definitely be a problem. So, but with enough effort, I could possibly get him inside the truck, drive him off, and probably put him into the FBI or something like that. Now, when it comes to actually killing him,
Well, before you get into your deadly thoughts, I just want to say, like, yeah, Bigfoot would definitely be pretty heavy. Because the Sasquatch is very closely associated with monkeys, I looked up the average weight of a silverback gorilla. Nate, you're talking about 4,500 pounds of, like, just pure, raw muscle.
Not to mention his feet and the smell coming off of that thing, probably.
now, when it comes to killing him, you're going to need like a really, really powerful firearm. Whether it be using like fast temporary weapons, like not contemporary, I meant to say, like fast firing weapons, or like in this case, I would use like a high powered rifle that would fire maybe 50 cal, enough just to kill him in the brain, something like that.
Yeah, your ghillie suit plan definitely works. You gotta, first off, mask yourself in the scent of feet, so that way he doesn't suspect you.
So
Of course.
maybe use stuff like berries or something like that, something sweet.
Get yourself the ghillie suit, and then with the rifle plan, you just wanna quietly try to stalk Bigfoot. Wait till he gets a moment where he calms down, then you can aim at his head.
Yeah, the stalker becomes the stalked.
Yeah. So I guess I should probably go over my violent method.
Yeah.
All right. And before I begin, stand down, motherfuckers, and stand up. Sit down, stand up, and sit, because I'm about to tell you my plan.
All right.
Alright.
All right, General Gunsley, go ahead.
All right. Listen to me. Middle of the forest, dirt path, RV, vegetarian food rations, raw meat sealed in a smell-proof container.
Uh-huh.
Lighter, so many sticks of dynamite.
Okay.
We're hunting this bitch.
Alright.
Oh,
So,
you're starting to sound like Rambo.
alright, so, as I said before, I would likely try to track Bigfoot by following the scent of his feet on the wind. It's a bit of an unpleasant journey, because naturally you have to go against the wind to follow a scent like that. However, I'm willing to do it. So, I definitely want to, like, try and keep a low profile, because, if I have to go mano-a-mano with Bigfoot, I'm going to get my ass kicked. No human has the potential.
Nah.
You crush your skull with one hand.
So, we gotta talk distance here. So, the vegetarian food rations I mentioned before are just so I can eat without attracting, the meaty smell that Bigfoot is looking for. I myself am not a vegetarian, but I know what I'm going up against. I'm going against a prime performance predator.
Yeah.
Not those kind of predators.
God damn it, Nate.
I don't think anyone thought that, but now that's all I'm thinking about.
Alright, so...
Don't worry, this is going to be a recurring theme in the podcast episodes.
Oh, good.
Alright, so yeah, I follow scent of Bigfoot. Maybe, eventually I find him. I got a way to track where my RV was, so that way I don't get lost, say, a GPS that has, like, a waypoint where I parked. I don't want to get lost out here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm bringing my supplies, a bit of a big load, honestly, so it's a bit hard to keep quiet, so that's why I'm trying to be extra careful when I'm sneaking around. Once I feel like I'm drawing near, I'll back off a little bit just to avoid, risking detection.
Yeah.
I'll start, setting up a meat trap. I'll just, obviously the obvious scenario would be to, set the meat up in a bear trap, like the Bigfoot game, and, maybe I do this, maybe I don't. It's really how I'm feeling in the moment, if you want me to be honest. Maybe probably something preferably something similar, that way I can keep him in place for a while, but I feel like while he's munching, he'll probably sit still. I'll wait around the corner.
At least for a little bit.
I'll wait around the corner, I'll leave the meat that I brought to draw him in. And what he won't suspect is, while I wait for him to start chowing, and let's say, just all things going smoothly, he falls for it,
Mm-hmm.
Just to say, oh, I got this far. Because, would I ever get this far? I don't know. But let's just say I got this far.
Okay.
He falls for the trap. I'm lighting up the sticks of dynamite. I'm gonna chuck them at him. Listen, if I'm going for the lethal, I'm going high firepower. No one said I had to bring Bigfoot back in one piece, and I'm not gonna.
Fair enough, that's fair.
I'm gonna blow the bastard off the face of the earth.
Put him back together like a jigsaw puzzle.
And then I'll use it. I'll taxidermy his separate pieces. I'll find someone who does taxidermy, someone who'd be willing to do the job, and I'll set him up. I will give it, however, out of pure respect, because I can't just blow the guy off the face of the earth and treat it like nothing. Out of pure respect, I will give him a proper tombstone as well.
Decent man.
I will give you kudos on blowing him up, as it'll be much easier for transport.
That's true. Getting all the pieces might be more area to cover to get all the pieces, but a lot less heavy.
And respect to you for giving him a proper gravestone.
He would have appreciated that.
Yeah. Preferably, I like to just be homies with Bigfoot. I don't want to kill the guy, but...
It's like if we were assigned by the government, and we had no choice.
So, if I gotta kill him, I'm at least gonna put respect on his name.
Yeah.
I don't, there's a thing where, even if you're, a foe with someone, you can respect them. And Bigfoot is a guy that I'd respect. I'd put respect on his name.
Yeah.
Jeez, me and Zach are like polar opposites. He wants to be nice to the guy. I'm just fucking disrespecting him for my own selfish gain.
Fellas, you're going about this all wrong. Let me tell you what I would do.
Okay then, Mr. Expert, go ahead.
Crush his head between your thighs.
Mrs. Expert, sorry.
You guys, you want to spare and be friends with Bigfoot. You want to kill and murder Bigfoot. Maybe I want to be in a relationship with Bigfoot.
I should have seen this coming.
So here's what I would do. I would go to a movie effects warehouse and become female Bigfoot,
All
right?
Hold on. Before you continue this, I just want to say, okay, first off, I just wanted to say I want to double check that you heard me say crush his head between your thighs.
Oh, we're not at that step yet.
All right. Well, also, I just want to say that before you continue, first off, I should have seen this coming.
Yeah, do you guys have...
Do you guys want to kill or spare Bigfoot? I want to fuck Bigfoot.
Yeah, you guys...
Second off, the moment you said that, all I could think about was the video of the dude who's like the dog trainer, and he's like,
Peter Kane?
Yeah, it tells the story about the Bigfoot where he's like, she just starts
Jerking the wing. Starts giving me a knobber.
It's like, I am convinced that guy might genuinely just be schizophrenic.
Dude, I'm convinced that guy got assaulted by Bigfoot and lived to tell the tale, and everyone thinks he's insane.
The way you're speaking this, you're clearly at, like... You clearly want to get to tier 8. You don't...
So allow me to continue.
Try to stay away from tier
There's a
13.
lot to this story.
Tell us about the story of the tranny and the Bigfoot.
So... I get a movie effects website, probably the one that made like the costume for Harry and the Hendersons. It's a real convincing costume. Tits and everything. Bigfoot is going to love this. Now, what I do is the government deploys me. I spawn, almost, one would say, in the North American wilderness.
They deploy you, like, from a helicopter?
Yes, 100% like that. They drop me down via crane. And I begin my journey in the North American wilderness, making obvious Bigfoot mating calls. Let me give you an example. Hey guys, Lord Minion 777 here. Bigfoot obviously hears these cries and be like, I'm not alone. Naturally, Bigfoot finally a little shy at first. The guy doesn't want to blow his chance the first time he sees a female Bigfoot. Understandable. I respect that.
He hasn't seen one in his life yet. This is his first chance. If he blows it, he might not get the chance ever again.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the lesson we were taught. I think either the last podcast or the last podcast. Always take chances.
Yeah.
So,
if they're reasonable chances.
Naturally, I noticed him taking a peek or two. Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Me, a sexy female Bigfoot, him lusting probably for sex. I would very much imagine. I has to been settling with beavers and raccoons for the longest time, and they usually die afterwards. But, I strike up a conversation with him. He's a very proper fellow once you get to talking with him. I realize that this guy maybe just wants someone to love. Understandable, he's been alone for so long. Naturally, over some few weeks, we start talking. He starts to catch feelings, and I understand that this is very important to him, so I go along with that. Flash forward 2 years, we're happily in a relationship. I've got this under my nose. I have got those feet in sight. I'm almost sucking on them toes, my guy. My digital footprint is never going to go away after this episode. And, flash forward a few more years, he starts thinking about proposing. And you know what? I say I do. We end up being happily married. And after we've been married for, a little bit now.
Any kids?
Oh, no. I am, barren.
Oh.
Definitely. I had to express that to him. I was unfortunately born without genitalia. That rare birth defect. Listen, man, I am confident if I got fucked by Bigfoot, I would die.
I'm a genderless Sasquatch?
Yeah. Sure. But I got boobs, though. And those are cool. Do you think Sasquatch boobs would be covered in hair or just bare?
I think it would have light hair.
I think it would be a lot thinner hair.
I think it would be light hair, but probably still mostly visible. Because, judging by, gorillas, usually their chest area is fairly barren of hair.
So, anyways, back to the story. After a bit, I'm like, you know what? I'd like you to meet some of my friends that I have back from where I was born. And he's like, okay, but like what if they don't accept us? I'm like, it's okay. They accepted me, and I'm a Bigfoot as well. So don't worry. I know they'll love you. And what ends up happening is I bring him back, we travel for a few days, right back to the fucking government lab, and I give him away and then, like, hit the gritty right at the end. That is how I would capture Bigfoot.
Years of commitment.
Listen, man, I will do what I know works. Every person with a dick is gonna get horny at one point.
That turned into a motherfucking fan fiction.
Listen, man, I'm not saying I want to have sex with Bigfoot, because I genuinely don't. But, assuming the government's paying me a lot of money, which I would assume to the person that takes down Bigfoot, they probably are.
So
Wow.
let me get this straight. The government pays you money to capture Bigfoot, and your method is to just
I play that long game.
absolutely betray his trust and
Oh,
his
yeah.
feelings.
Oh, yeah.
And you just do him dirty like that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, so all three of us seem to be...
Oh, but I haven't gotten to kill yet. You're not ready for that.
What?
Alright, so now I want to kill Bigfoot.
No. Oh my god.
Alright, let's go back to square one.
The government still is like, we need him dead. He's killing off all the mongoose, and we fucking need it to stop. This is a problem. I definitely know what mongoose are, and I'm sticking with this story. Where did my life go so wrong? Here's what I do. Similar to my first method, but I don't have this costume, right? They make this animatronic that is a little, maybe a shorter Bigfoot girl, perhaps. And what I have professionally built this for the collection of Bigfoot semen. Trust me, this is important.
They didn't build it with spring locks, did they?
I fucking hope not.
Because they didn't. You're fucking dead.
Damn, girl, I heard you like Five Nights at Freddy's. Get ready for my spring lock cock.
God damn.
Anyways, so I deck myself out in leaves. I'm sitting here gluing them to my body. Homemade ghillie suit. I put this short Bigfoot girl that has a microphone and speaker, so I'm able to talk to the Bigfoot from a distance. And basically, what it does is, when Bigfoot sees it, might be a little bit... Maybe this Bigfoot isn't as worried with consent. It's kind of what I'm getting at with this one.
Oh my god.
And he's like, oh, I'm going to use this opportunity, to which there is a nice hole in the back for... That is for the collection of the Bigfoot semen. He goes to town on that thing, overfilling the gallon container that was put inside for this very moment. It is now everywhere else, but we have our semen.
God,
and
why-
basically, as he's about to leave, there are traps all around that. And what happens is it cuts right through his feet. My man drops to the ground. His feet are not attached to his body anymore. I rush from the trees to fucking just jump from it, nearly break my fucking ankle, but I still succeed. And I start fucking firing tranks into him, specifically into, like, the balls. Because, let's face it, no matter what you're hit with, if it's in the balls, it's going to make you stop what you're doing for a second. And on the added fact of their tranquilizers, my man's not going to get back up. Also, he has no feet. So what I do is I walk over to him. I give him a look of respect. I say there was no other way. He understands that it had to be done. He couldn't stop with the mongoose. It was like a drug addiction to this man. I'm like, listen, man, I wanted to let you have... I didn't want you to die a virgin. So I collected your semen. And he gives me a knowing nod. And I pop one right between the eyes. But it doesn't end there. I bring the Bigfoot carcass back to the lab. We auction off those feet to the highest bidder. We don't know what they're going to do with them, but we know people are paying a lot for them, and we don't want to know what they're going to do with them, so we don't bother asking questions. Now, what I didn't tell the lab is I have gathered this Sasquatch sperm, over a gallon worth of it. And what I do is I go back to the North American wilderness, find a natural female Bigfoot. I'm like, hey, I got like some things I gotta tell you. So there was this guy, he really loved you. Make up some bullshit lie or whatever. Something she'll definitely believe. And I'm like, he wanted you to have this. It is a dildo for the female Bigfoot that has contained within it the sperm of the other. This is not a good story. This is so fucked. Hold on, I'm not done.
Basically, what you're saying is you're tricking some poor woman into impregnating herself with Bigfoot.
So the fucking genes can live on. Listen, man, the government isn't trustable people. I didn't say I was a good person in this story.
God, why was I allowed to live?
And that's my methods. They're clearly foolproof.
Where's 47?
Can we get a time check?
Yeah, let me...
I just wanted to put a ball in my brain after that story.
44 minutes. We could probably wrap it up here soon.
It's only been 44 minutes.
But the last part was deciding on a final strategy.
A final what?
Let's say it's the capture strategy. We all gotta work together on this one.
Alright.
Think of the best ways as a team how we could catch Bigfoot. And honestly, I think we should still go the route of someone being bait. Maybe not for sex, but for bait.
For like a distraction almost.
Someone should have a distraction. The others should be ready with tranquilizers and also something that I invented because I'm just this great scientist. It could happen. More likely engineer.
So, like, are all three of us supposed to come up with a different thing, or are we doing it, like, all at once?
I think my main thing is kind of doing it all at once. But, like, I'm just putting some ideas to the table.
Okay. Since I already feel like I want to die, I already got what my decision's going to be.
Okay. We'll each say a suggestion, and then we'll all put that together into a final idea.
Hold on, I zoned out for a minute because I was messaging my mother. What?
So now we're on to the final part where we each give an idea down for what we do and combine that into one final idea for how, as a group, we would catch Bigfoot.
One final
strategy, but we all work together on this one. And like I said, I honestly still think we should go the route where someone is bait, or we have like a more realistic bait rather than like just some like meat laying around. I think the idea that there might just be like a live human might probably interest Bigfoot.
I got trust me. Like with what the way you're talking, I've got an idea planned on what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Go ahead.
Alright, so you were talking about someone being bait, right? Like live.
Yeah.
What I would do is, like, okay, so this might be a bit stupid on my part, but what I would do is I would strap raw meat to myself and wander around, like, making these random, like, calls, like, maybe, like, animal calls or something, to get Bigfoot's attention. And, like, I don't know how fast Bigfoot runs, so
probably vary.
My plan could totally backfire and he could possibly kill me. But my original plan was once he like notices the Nate, I start running, like, well, not running, but just like steadily moving away, so like he doesn't see me, but he knows where the scent of the meat off of me is coming from. And that's where I lead to you guys what you're planning on doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we lead. So yeah, like you lead him into like whatever we will do. Okay.
So let's just assume we've kitted Nate out with, first off, a way to be faster than Bigfoot for sure, and second off, maybe under his. Did you say you were wearing any sort of like camouflage?
I didn't say it explicitly, but I could have. I usually assume that I would be wearing something that would at least camouflage me into the trees. I'd
imagine you'd still be able to be seen because we want Bigfoot to see you.
So okay. But what I was saying was, let's just assume we have a way for Nate to move faster than Bigfoot for sure, but let's also say that just in case he gets caught, he's also fitted in like a really thick bomb suit, so that way Bigfoot can't really get into him.
Yeah. That would probably
for
be
safety purposes.
Like a protection suit?
Yeah, for safety purposes.
Yeah.
So who wants to take the second step, me or you?
I'll let you. So Nate leads them into our area. What's the first thing you would probably do?
Let's say Nate leads Bigfoot out, into an opening. Mm-hmm. Now, see, what I'm thinking is, and this could be a wild approach, and this is a bit of a gamble. I'm sort of the wild card here at this table. What if we have Nate lead Bigfoot towards a lake? We have a motorized boat ready for Nate to use, so we can go out in the water very quickly. Mm-hmm. However, Bigfoot, we know, could probably just walk through the water.
Probably.
So, we just let Bigfoot, try and, chase Nate out in the water. Mm-hmm. What he doesn't know is that at the water's surface, where Nate would be safe from because he's in the boat, he's not touching the ground, but Bigfoot is walking through the water, is we set up some sort of caltrop, puncture trap to stab him in the foot. Stab him in the feet and try and take him out of commission.
Yeah. That's probably a good idea. Oh, and I know what it would be, because obviously once he gets stabbed, he's gonna be distracted for a bit, and then I feel like what we would have done is it's not a huge the area where we are right now. There's some little bit of island structure, and on each side there are 2 trees, and there are some rope there. Now, what happens is from under the water, after he gets spiked by the spike trap, because that would trigger other things to go off, a huge specialty made net. They have made this specifically for capturing large animals. It's made of metal. You can't get out of it. It springs up and then captures Bigfoot, and
it has a system in place to seal itself.
Exactly. You cannot get out of it. And what I'm thinking is then, because he'll probably be sprung up a little bit from the net, and then we position the boat, which has an undercarriage thing with a cage in it, and he falls right into that.
Yeah, and just to be sure that we can contain him properly, because he just got stabbed in the feet and netted. He's going to be freaking out and angry.
Yeah, we got to find a way to sedate him.
We set up. So as a final measure, we have rifles ready that have they're like the type of rifles that fire it's like tranks. They fire things that have sedation in them,
safeguards,
and just and because of how strong Bigfoot
have to load a few into him.
Because of how strong Bigfoot is, the trank we use in particular is just pure ketamine. Because fun fact, ketamine is a horse-like trank.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe.
I could be wrong about that, but I know the purpose of ketamine is to be like a really heavy tranquilizer.
Oh, okay.
Like a knockout thing.
And then once he's sedated,
We drop him in the cage.
yeah, and then bring him back to the base. You know what? Again, we could do it.
Yeah, and under the assumption, because obviously we're throwing wild ideas out here. We got things that are possible to get a hold of, but it seems a little out of the way and hard to find, even though it's possible.
Yeah, a bit far-fetched.
But however, with the context that this is a mission we would be doing because of the government telling us, they would probably hook us up with the equipment we ask for.
Yeah. Whatever's necessary. If they really want him caught, they'll give us what we need to make sure it gets done.
We tell them the plan, and we tell them the plan that
we tell them what we need done. We tell them what we need made for it. And because I guess in the government they definitely could.
Yeah, and now our plan to capture Bigfoot using a lake, Operation Big Wave.
Okay.
Patent pending. Also work in progress.
Don't come near my invention, bitch.
So, okay, but yeah. So I guess that's our team effort for capturing Bigfoot. We set up. So let's recap it. Let's recap it. Okay, slam down the blueprint. We have Nate posted. He's in a protective suit. He has ways to move faster than Bigfoot, and he's in a protective suit in case he gets caught. He's strapped with some sort of device that will let us know if he is caught. That way we can jump to plan B.
Yeah, like a tracking device.
Nate's plan: get Bigfoot's attention, move out towards the lake, get in the speedboat, drive out. Get Bigfoot to come out to the lake. Bigfoot walks, we have a spike trap. That punctures Bigfoot's feet, and we also trigger a net. It's a specialty net built for this purpose to capture Bigfoot. After Bigfoot is captured within this net, we trank him with ketamine, and then we load him up in the boat.
Yep.
That's our plan.
What's our plan B if things were to go wrong, though?
All right.
For example,
That's our last thing we gotta establish.
Plan B was for if Nate got attacked and stuck.
Yeah.
So Nate's in danger. He's got the super heavy suit, so it's it should be harder for Bigfoot to.
It'll definitely take longer for him to do sufficient damage to you.
We still have first aid kits on hand, and in case of serious emergencies, a medical team on standby, ready to answer a call.
Yeah.
So if Nate gets captured, what we do is we need to move out to get him. We move out into the woods where Bigfoot has got him. Nate's probably gonna be pinned to the ground or something as Bigfoot's trying to tear through the suit. We need to have our sedatives ready. We try to trank Bigfoot. It's gonna be a bit harder since he's he hasn't been injured yet, and he's really in the moment. He's got that primal he's got that primal rage going on. So It's gonna be a little harder. That's why we just unload to him as much as we can.
I'm also thinking, if things are really going wrong even then, what we have is one of us shoots a flare, and from the trees a bunch of military guys just unload bullets into him.
Yeah. Plan B is the kill plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If things go too well. And with that, I think we could do it, guys.
Yeah, we can definitely stop Bigfoot.
But I feel like that's probably just about it for this episode. Just a little thing we wanted to do.
Our plans were a little far-fetched, but they could relatively be possible.
Listen, man, if you want to call any of these ideas stupid, just prove me wrong. Do it yourself and prove me wrong. I'm all ears.
Yeah. We hope you've enjoyed today's episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
We could catch
Bigfoot. We also, just fun fact, just had a Bigfoot puppet sitting at this table with us.
Yeah,
I know you guys obviously can't see, but
yeah, a fun little A fun little thing I might tell the viewers. This is like a fun little joke that some of the loyal early fans will get to know before we spread our names around.
Yeah.
So some people who may be listening to this may or may not know that I am developing video games. I've had a serious bad habit of severely procrastinating to the point where simple games have been taking actual years to develop, and I don't necessarily feel great about it, but recently I have been making it a point to sit down, get this shit done, because it hasn't been okay for a while, but the longer it goes on, the less it gets okay.
Yeah.
So I'm working on getting this stuff done, and I've been thinking about the game universe, because our games are going to take place, most of our video games are going to take place within, like, a universe that we've crafted.
Yeah.
In this universe, there are a lot of different races. There's a lot of, in our game universe, Bigfoot...
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
Bigfoot is not a cryptid. He's like a movie name. He's like your Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
Bigfoot is like a character for a movie series about a big Sasquatch that wreaks havoc on campers, let's say that.
Yeah.
And the actual character of Bigfoot is just played by, like, this
movie star.
This movie star gorilla guy, because one of the races in our universe are beastmen. They're basically, like, I guess, humanized animals, but not to the furry degree.
Yeah.
Not to, like, the same degree
They're
as
anthropomorphic in a way.
They're not, like, furry human, but, like...
But they have a lot of fur on them.
They have fur on them, and they're fairly similar to human. But there is a beastman, like, race, and it's, like, there's different species within the race, kind of like actual animals. It's like, some are foxes, some are bears.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like 90% human, kind of.
I mean, I guess in a way.
Technically, wouldn't mermaids fall under that category?
I don't know.
That would be a different thing. I mean, technically, but, like, listen, I'm not here to get into like the taxonomy logistics of it, but, like, there would be, one of the races of beastmen would be, gorilla people.
Yeah.
And, like, there's this gorilla guy who's like a movie, star, and he's the guy who plays, the Bigfoot character for, like,
yeah,
basically I guess, like, a cryptid slasher movie series.
Yeah, it's technically probably what it would be.
So that's just the fun. Since the topic was Bigfoot, I figured I'd drop that fun little idea on people.
Yeah. But other than that, I guess that just about wraps it up. Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.